Okay, I was doing my makeup today, and I started just like, when I'm doing my makeup, I'm just like in this like zone where I just start thinking about legitimately everything. And I was thinking about It Works and this business and all of those things. And something that came to my mind was my rank, my paycheck, what I've accomplished, what I haven't accomplished yet, just pretty much everything. And I started thinking about people. I get a lot of emails, okay? And I don't have a second to reply to everybody, but I try to reply to as many people as I possibly can. And even if it's like 2 months later, I still make sure I reply. So if I have not replied to you, it is not intentional, I promise you. But I do get a lot of emails, and something that I notice when scrolling through my news feed or through the emails and things like that is the amount of pressure that distributors put on themselves. And I feel like I just needed to hop on a video really fast to let you know, no matter what rank you're at, that this is kind of like your friendly little reminder to stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Because what are you chasing, right? That's something that I was thinking about this morning when I was doing my makeup. I was thinking about, what are people chasing? What are you chasing? A certain title? Are you chasing a certain number? Are you chasing a certain paycheck amount, a certain rank, a certain number on a top 150 income earner chart? What is it that you're chasing? Because when people get into network marketing, this business, for example, I say this a lot, there's no rules. There really isn't. There's no rules. We see a chart and we see, okay, distributor, executive, ruby, emerald, diamond, all of those things. And we always see ambassador, okay? And we are told about ambassador over and over and over. We're told about diamond over and over and over, okay? And the reason that exists is to make it very easy for people to understand how much they can make at a certain rank, okay? It's very simple to help newbies understand, okay, if I want to make this is where I have to be, right? Okay, now that's great, but here's the problem with this. When you're going through your newsfeed and you're talking to fellow sideline sisters or people on your team, or maybe your best friend and you signed up and you're trying to compete with each other, I don't know, I don't care. The point is, when you're doing all of those things and you're seeing people talk about, I'm this rank, or I'm going for this rank, or I'm whatever, what does that do to you, right? If you're not at that rank, what does that do to you? That makes you sit back and be like, okay, I need to step up my game. I want to get this amount of money. I want to get to this rank. I want to do this. I want to do that. And you're watching people fly by you, maybe, right? I've seen that happen. You're watching people that signed up after you fly by you. And the thing is, if you just stop, okay? If you just stop and stop putting so much pressure on a title, then you will be much happier in this business. Because I have seen people hit ranks and then leave the company. And this is not just this company. I'm talking about companies in general, okay? Network marketing. I have friends in other network marketing companies. I have seen them hit a certain rank in their business and then leave that business because they weren't that rank anymore. They hit it fast, they hit it hard, and they couldn't keep up, okay? So what I want to say in this video, yes, Lisa, your journey is totally different than anybody else's. You guys, I'm going to be totally honest with you, okay? I did a video, I think a year ago maybe, because I've had a few nasty people in my life that wanted to try and prove a point, and it didn't work, but that wanted to say, why you're this, you're that, why are you still a triple diamond? And I'm going to be totally honest with you, it's because I want to be. Because I know my limits, right? Do I think I can be an ambassador? 110%. Do I think that I should be an ambassador? 120%. Do I want to do everything it takes to be an ambassador? Not really. Not really. But that's my journey. That's my journey. Because in my mind, right? Because I know what it takes to be a triple. I know what it takes to make certain paychecks. And I know me as a person, what I want to do and what I don't want to do. And I have friends that are pushing for prez, pushing for ambassador, and I want them to succeed. But for me, I am completely happy doing what I do right now and doing what I've been doing. Because again, not so much that I know my limits, but I know me. And I know what it takes to be at certain ranks. And I don't want that pressure on me. Do my friends want that pressure on them? Maybe not, but they are willing to move past it. Me, I don't want to. Not right now. Not right now. Because I'm happy with my paychecks. I'm happy being in the top earners as a triple diamond with no bonuses. I'm happy doing that. That was my goal, right? So there was a point where, and I think everybody does this, and you'd be lying if you said you didn't. There was a point where I said, yeah, I'm going to be presidential. Yeah, I'm going to be ambassador. Yeah, I might even be Black Diamond one day. I don't know. But there's also a point that you get to where you have to admit to yourself, you know what, do you want to do this right now? Or do you want to just kind of enjoy what you're going through and sit back and relax a little bit? And that's me, right? That's been me for a while. Now, would I pass up being an ambassador or a presidential or anything like that if it happened organically, or if something was going on my team where I was like, you know what, okay, this is going to happen. Let's do this. No, I would never pass that up whatsoever, because that chart that I was talking about before is there for a reason. Yes, when you are a certain rank, you do and can and make more of all of that pay that you are told. Absolutely, 100%. But I also know that I could be a lower rank and make the same money because I've done it. I come on these videos, you guys, and I feel like something, when I do read these emails, the one thing that people say to me is that I do pick up on is that people love that I'm honest. And I will 100% always be honest, whether it's upsetting somebody or not, you know, whether it's hurting the way I look or making me look better, I don't care. I will always be honest, okay? And I was talking to Dan about this earlier. I feel like, you know, there was a point in time where I put so much pressure on myself. And that's why I feel like some people maybe needed to hear this today. I put so much pressure on myself to get to a certain rank and do this and do that and do that. And if you are that person, if you're somebody who's trying to hit diamond right now, if you're somebody who's trying to hit ambassador, if that's what you want to do, work your ass off and get to it and do it. And all the congratulations to you, because you worked hard and you deserve it and you should be there. And if you have that grit, as Mark Pentecost says, if you have that grit, if you have that you know, drive and that ambition to do that, then more power to you. Then you should do that. When you get into a business like this, you are going to have a different journey than the person behind you, than the person before you. You are going to have different goals and achievements that you want to hit, okay? There is never going to be the same person in this business. So when we talk about rank and all of those things, right? Just because you hear people and you see people saying, oh my God, I gotta hit ambassador, that's my goal. That may very well not be your goal. And that's okay. And that's what I wanted to talk about. That is okay, because for me right now, that isn't my goal, and I'm okay with it. Like, because I write the rules for my business. Do you know what I'm saying? And so do you. And I don't want anybody thinking that because all that is ever talked about is a certain rank title in this business, in another MLM, whatever the case may be, that is your goal. Because at the end of the day, if you decide that is your goal, then that is 100% your goal. But if that is not your goal right now, you need to stop putting pressure on yourself. Do not think that there's something wrong with you, right? That you, I'm never gonna get there, whatever. Because here's the thing. When people think of the ambassador diamond rank, right? When people think of triple presidential even, they think it's unattainable, okay? 99.9% of people think it's unattainable initially. Sometimes throughout the entire journey of their career with whatever MLM they're in, okay? For in this case, it works. So when you're thinking on one hand that rank is unattainable, and then on the other hand, you're seeing people post about this rank, and now they hit this rank, and then how they're going for that rank or this rank, whatever. And you're like, oh, I have to get this rank because that's the top. I have to get there. But in the same thought, you're constantly thinking that's unattainable. You're never going to get there. You can't think that something is, negative or you can't reach it, and then at the same time try and reach it, because you're not going to reach it. You have to flip your mind somehow and start thinking that you will reach that if that's something you want to do. And then you will get there eventually. Maybe tomorrow, maybe 2 years from now. It doesn't matter. If you work for it, you'll get there. But you have to look at what you are chasing and figure out what it is you want to do. Because if you are somebody like me, for instance, okay, and we're not all the same, I totally get it, but I go on these videos and I'm allowed to go on these videos because they're my videos, and I'm going to tell you how I feel for me. For me, okay, and I've said this a lot, I go for a good paycheck, or should I say a great paycheck, over a title. I've always been that way once I realized what I wanted to do, right? Like, once I realized, okay, as a triple diamond, I could make presidential ambassador pay on some months if I really, really want to, then yeah, I'm going to do that, right? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I've had months where it sucked, and I've had months where it was amazing. And I feel like everybody goes through that in this business, any business, whether you're a brick and mortar store or you are in network marketing, it doesn't matter. So, and that's another thing, just random thought. Do not think that if your business is going slow 1 month, that it's going to be slow forever, because it is not true. Not true at all unless you just stop working, but it's not true. This happens for every single person, every single rank. There are ups and downs, ups and downs. It is a constant thing, okay? So just know that. But for me, my goal, my initial goal last year was to be on the stage as a top income earner in the top 150 at whatever rank that got me there, right? I was not, here's the thing, I was not thinking I have to be this rank in order to make this money, in order to be on that stage, in order to be a top 150 earner. That was not in my head. And that is in the majority of people's heads. And if people took a step back and looked at the bigger picture, one, it would be a lot more fun, this business, right? Or any business. And two, you would have way less stress on yourself, and not, you wouldn't be so focused on that title. Now, there's nothing wrong with the title, okay? If you are the type of person that is very structured, I know a lot of greens, okay? A lot of reds, green, well, a lot of anybody, okay? If you're the type of person that is structured, right? And you need that chart, you need to see that rank in order to get yourself wherever you want to go, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's goals right there. That's amazing. For me, my goal is an amazing paycheck. I don't care how I do it. I don't care if that means I have an amazing paycheck as a diamond, as a double diamond, as a triple diamond, or if I'm going to be happy and content as a presidential ambassador diamond, right? Like, for me, like I said, I've been pretty damn content as a triple diamond. And I also know that when I joined this business, I did not know everything that came with it. And there were some amazing things that came with this business. And there were some things that were really stressful about this business. And you're not going to hear everybody tell you that. And I'm going to be flat out honest with you. There are some things that are stupidly stressful. And you wear yourself out, right? You wear yourself out because you're putting so much pressure on yourself. Not for any other reason than the fact that you are pressuring yourself day in and day out with certain numbers, certain ranks, certain charts, whatever. And if you love that, then more power to you. Keep doing it. When you're looking through your news feed, when you're in certain, maybe it works groups, right? I know there's lots of Facebook groups, okay? When you're talking to a fellow sideline friend and she's telling you one thing and then you're listening, like, you guys have been there. I've been in those positions, and then I'd get off the conversation, I'd be like, oh, Dan, I really need to be presidential. Dan, I really need to be an ambassador. Like, okay, it's enough, it's time, like, let's go, let's just push for it, whatever. But at the same time, I'm like, why though? Right? For me, at the same time, I'm like, but why? Why do I want to be that? That's what you need to ask yourself. You need to ask yourself why you want to be a certain rank. Is it because you think that the only way you can make that money is by being that rank? Is it because you want special perks at conferences and everything else? Is it because you want that recognition? Is it because you think, oh, you're going to get more people if you're a higher rank, right? That's true for some people. It's not true for others. It's going to be totally different no matter who you are. It's always going to be different. So you have to look at, one, your stress levels. And I'm big on stress levels lately because my doctor said I'm way too stressed out, or I was. I'm not anymore. Because I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to be stressed out. And it's true, okay? You have to look at your stress levels. You have to look at what you're doing on a daily basis, right? And you have to look at what you're reaching for. And you have to remember that what your goals are in this business are not going to match up, most likely, to other people's goals. You may just want to hit Ruby. You may just want to hit Ruby and call it a day and just stay at Ruby and be happy with that. And then maybe a few months from now, a year from now, you're like, oh, you know what? I want to hit Diamond. And then all of a sudden you go for it like out of nowhere. I've seen people do this, okay? And then you might be a Diamond now and you might be like, oh, I want to be a triple. I want to be a triple. And then you see these charts and you're like, no, frig that. I don't want to be a triple. I'm good at Diamond, right? But at the end of the day, you have to tell yourself that whatever it is that you want, your actions have to match up to it. So like I said before, for me, would I welcome being an ambassador? Absolutely. Do I know what it takes to become an ambassador? Absolutely. Do I want to do that right now? No, I don't. And also not because I don't love this company, not because, I'm going to be with them I love this. I would love to be an ambassador, but I would rather still stay a triple diamond, making higher than triple pay, and have less stress. That's my decision, right? That's me. And it took me a long time to get to that. It took me a long time to tell myself that it's okay if I'm happy at a certain rank. Because you have all this peer pressure, not just pressure on yourself from you. You have all this peer pressure from everybody around you, whether they're sidelines or your own team or your upline or your downline, whoever, okay? You have all this pressure to reach a certain rank. But like I said before, you may not want to ever be that rank. And there's many reasons for that. You might not want the stress. You might not want to put the work in. You might be lazy as shit. I don't know, okay? I'm not lazy, but at the same time, right now, I'm too busy is the thing for me. I'm too busy to put the amount of work that I know goes into being a certain rank to actually go and try and do that and be that rank. Like I said before, do I want to be an ambassador? 100%. Should I be one? Yes. Do I think I could be one? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind about that. But it's just not for me right now. And it hasn't been for a while. And I've been okay with that. So when I think about what it took for me to get there, okay, because please know, it's very stressful. The amount of stress you put on yourself, just like multiply that by 10 between yourself and your news feed and your sidelines and who's yapping in your ear and all those things. It is very stressful. And yes, timing is everything. And right now, for me, I have too many things going on to be worrying about a chart, right? To be worrying about a chart. Because you guys, I know what it feels like to have a massive chart on my wall and be looking at it wanting to rip my hair out and like, oh, like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And I'm just being honest. I'm being totally honest with you. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. I am super, super happy where I'm at. And I'm even happier knowing that I get to be a top 150 income earner at the rank I'm at. Again, I feel like if we stop putting so much pressure on ourselves, we will be much happier in this business, in that business, in whatever business you want to be in. We'll be much happier. We'll be less stressed out. We'll be having fun. You guys, this job is supposed to be fun. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, but it's not fun when you're putting so much pressure on yourself. And I have seen, okay, I have personal friends in this business that I have seen literally like wear themselves down to the point where they were ready to go. But it was nobody's fault but their own. Nobody's fault but their own. And I'm telling you that. If you are super stressed out, it's your fault. And I'm saying that because you can also fix it. So if something is your fault, you have the ways to fix it. So if you look at, again, what you are reaching for, where you want to go, if you want to be a top 150 income earner, and you think that being a certain rank, most of the time this is true, being a certain rank means that you'll get there, then go for that rank. You do, at the end of the day, you guys, I'm saying all this stuff because this is just what I do. But at the end of the day, this is your game. This is your show. This is your business. You do whatever you want to do. If you think I'm crazy for sitting here telling the world, like, no, I don't want to be an Ambassador Diamond right this second, then you go be an Ambassador Diamond. Like, you go do you, I'm going to do me. You know what I mean? Like, you do whatever it is that you feel you need to do. I'm just saying, take the stress off yourself. Because you'll get there a lot faster, first of all. But take the stress and the pressure off yourself. Because if you look at what somebody else is doing, and if you look at what everybody else is writing on Facebook or in groups or in here or there, whatever, if you're on these Zooms, okay, and you're seeing this one and that one, and you're like, oh, like, I'm not working hard enough, stop comparing yourself and your journey to somebody else's. That goes for business, that goes for weight loss, that goes for life in general. We need to stop comparing. Write down your goal for the next, like, the rest of this year. Where do you want to be at the end of this year, right? Because it's coming up, okay? We're almost there, sort of. If we're like past January, I'm like, oh my God, it's the next year. So it's coming up, okay? Write down where you see yourself at conference. Do you see yourself on stage? Do you see yourself at maybe the next rank up? Or what does your paycheck look like, more importantly, right? Because I've said this many times, you could be a certain rank and be making a paycheck that you think you can't make, but guess what? You can. You can. You can. Okay? So look at where you want to be at the next conference. All right? And then write down today, write down what you want your paycheck to look like by conference. Write down what you want your paycheck to look like next month. Okay? Break it into smaller goals. Smaller goals are so much easier, you guys. You can't be a diamond and then putting up a presidential chart. You're going to lose your mind. I'm telling you that right now. Break it into smaller goals, whatever your goals are. And keep in mind, in the back of your head, if you have to think of my crazy ass face screaming at you, keep in mind in the back of your head while you're writing these goals out and while you're hitting these goals, what I said before. Not everybody is on the same journey as you. If somebody is reaching for a certain rank, that doesn't mean that that is your journey or that that is your goal and that you have to do it too. You might want to pause for 2 months. Who the hell knows? I don't know. You might want to reach it immediately. Go do you, okay? Whatever it might be though, we are all different. We are all on different journeys. We are all on different paths. And you have to remember that that is okay. You have to stop comparing yourself. You have to really focus and break down exactly what you're chasing. Because the second that I started realizing, okay, you know what? I would rather be making X amount of money each month, whatever rank that means, I don't care. But I would rather be making X amount of money each month than worrying about what my Facebook title says. That's me. That's me, okay? Because I would rather show my success with my paychecks, with what I'm able to get, okay? Because like I said before, I have had friends from other companies, even this one, all right, that were reaching and reaching and reaching for a certain rank. They were so focused on a title. They were so focused on a chart. They were so focused on that one word that they either didn't get there, and because of that focus and push and pressure, they pieced out, or they did get there and they lost it right away because they couldn't keep up, okay? So you have to realize that what you want to do, where you want to be, what rank you want to be at, what paycheck you want to be at, focus on it, get yourself to it, and stay there till it's solid. Like, if you're, because you have to understand, okay, unless you are like superhuman distributor, you're gonna hit your rank. If you're pushing and flying through things, you're gonna hit your rank super, super fast. And if you were under pressure getting to that rank, and then all of a sudden you take a minute to like sit back and be like, okay, I'm good right now, right? Your actions are gonna follow. You're not gonna be putting as much work in. You're not gonna be putting all the pressure on yourself, which is great, but you're gonna drop from your rank. So that's why, instead of dropping from rank, right, I focus more on making sure I don't drop from my paycheck. I don't care about rank. That's me. Me. I'm not saying you need to think like that. Me. I don't care about rank. I don't care if I'm triple diamond for the rest of my damn life. I don't care. If I'm up on that stage as a top 150 earner the entire time with no bonuses like it's been, then I'm cool with that. That's pretty cool to me for my goals, for my journey, okay? I would rather be earning a stable income, making sure that I could pay for this, and that, and making sure that my bank account looks a certain way than what my Facebook title says. That's me. If you're sitting there telling yourself, you know what, I don't want to be this rank right now. I'm happy at this rank. Well, if the rank that you're at is where you want to be, make sure it's solid. Otherwise, you're not going to stay at that rank. You're going to keep dropping, okay? Obviously. So make sure that whatever rank that you're at, if you're somebody that is not wanting to move up yet, one, remember it's okay. And two, make sure that you are keeping that rank that you're currently at solid. Keep it solid. Like stack upon stack upon stack upon stack. If you don't want to move, just keep stacking, okay? Because you need to be solid if you want to stay there. So again, once we get off this video, just write down your goals. Write down what you're chasing. Are you chasing rank or are you chasing bank? Okay? Write down why you want to be a certain rank. Is it because of the money, or is it because you want that recognition? Because if it's because of that recognition, you're going to drop real fast. You're going to drop real fast because recognition is only going to take you so far. Your paycheck's going to keep you going. Your amazing paycheck is going to keep you in for a long time. So really rethink about your goals and figure out where it is you want to be. And like I said before, okay, I'm going to close it out now. Like I said before, stop comparing yourself and your journey to everybody else around you. And stop thinking that because you get into a business and there's a chart that has X amount of ranks and there is your like guideline that you have to hit those ranks at a certain time, in a certain way, in whatever. You're putting so much pressure on yourself that isn't needed. So much pressure on yourself that isn't needed. And I would rather see a gazillion people stay in this business and change their lives with steady paychecks than get so frustrated that they're not moving up in a rank that they have put in their head that they have to be at for whatever reason. And then piecing out. Okay? So just remember that. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.